All right, just letting people know too, I know there's been a couple of drops over on the stream. Just give it a quick F5 and hopefully everything is going to function. Looks like something just went a little bit awry with the intake server. Fissure, but where's the follow-up? Without that Blink Dagger or the Earthshaker, he can't close the distance to get the proper initiation he wants. Oh, next marks the spot. They actually managed to hit onto jabs. Torrent's going to miss his timing. The sentry ward was planted down as Ice just thumps the ground, but doesn't bring the rock.
That was a little scary for jabs. Whew. Got lucky that Jerax missed his combination. They would love to take that into Roche, but they're going to have to look for another opportunity to do so. Where are these smokes? I see one on Jerax. It's a pretty good time to smoke, I would say. They still need a hit before the Radiance is online for Spectre. Looks like he does have enough money for the Relic. Heading to the shop right now, still 1,200 gold away. So just a couple of minutes. The supports have nowhere to farm, though. Like, Spectre's already having enough trouble farming. It definitely gets priority over, like, the Shaker.
Yeah. But Shaker needs the Blink Dagger in order to start the team fights.
Yep. Because
right now, Ice is getting just worked. S4 has always got the better position on him, and with Stampede and Blink Dagger, you are not surprised about that.
Yeah, Centaur's just much better at farming than Nexus Assassin 2.
Mm-hmm. The Nyx was meant to be farming heroes in combination with the Sunstrike, but Jabs hasn't really had the opportunity to make the most out of that Sunstrike. Like, there's been a couple of kills here and there, but it hasn't been really... hasn't really been happening a lot. And Ice is already on the hunt again. They go invis, they smoke up quickly. Look for their target if they possibly can. But on bottom lane, Ana and S4, they're wrapping around. So Ice is the frontline guinea pig. See if the smoke breaks. See if there's anyone invis. Fly is nearby. But they don't really know to go down this. They just leave an observe ward behind. Now they get the vision over on Fly. S4 and Ana are moving over as well, but it's just going to be like ships of the night at the moment. They're both near each other, but no one really hits any mark.
Still waiting for Roche. When can they get it? I think they can take it out super quickly, but with the lack of a medallion on the Visage, it's not going to be as quick as they'd like. I definitely prefer the mech in this scenario, though.
But you've still got all the damage you need from the Lina, right?
Yeah, but it's just not that fast. Spectre inside the pit, it could be a disaster.
When I'm looking at the Lina attacking that quickly and doing about 210 a hit.
Yeah, look at the siege.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
And they're forced to fortify of a basic attack from a Lina.
Plus 50 damage talent. Wow.
Who needs cast range? So you're going to have the plus 50 damage, then the plus 150 attack range. Spire Carapace will connect, but it's all about the Light Strike Array that was just meant to hold him there with the EMP burn. This is problematic for OG, but they already have enough damage to kill off Ice. The Echo Slam, minimal effectiveness from XY, but the Fatal Bonds, that may do more work. Visage is dying so quickly. Even S4's having trouble staying alive. The Sunstrike looking for his target, won't be able to connect. As Jerax starts his run, goes for the Torrent. S4 will die. Jerax right behind him. Took that damage from Black and it all got shared out. Even the poor little Purge Creep won't be able to survive. Another Tornado. Jabs made so much space in that last fight, and now he's in a little bit more trouble with the Guna Blade and the familiar drop down. The control is just too good. Ana No Tail. You have to respect the damage output of these two heroes.
Where was the earn up from Black? He didn't earn while they were chasing. They were like very hesitant about chasing the tower. Ana kept trying to cancel his stun as they were coming up the hill, but they weren't topped off, and Laguna had not been used yet at that point. Ana is still very, very strong. And even though there was only two people, No Tail was also up, so giving that precision order to them, looks like this will be the time for them to... X to push out the bottom lane. Nice.
Yep. Well, he's got a lot of clearance, so hey, why not? What do you actually think about his build going into the Aghanim Scepter? I know it's not an unusual thing for Lina to get, but when you're going for this heavy DPS build, is there something better you can go? Like, I'm not saying like Maelstrom is going to be like the item of choice or something
Silver
like
Edge
that.
would be my choice, actually. I like Silver Edge a lot versus Spectre. Getting rid of that dispersion, Spectre's so easy to kill, especially with the Yules to set up. You can just like Yules, stun, Silver Edge, break after the stun, and then just kill him, kill her.
Sounds like a good way to start the day.
Yeah.
There's that Blink Dagger up for XY. Hiding in the tree line at the bottom lane. Primary issue is Echo Slam is still down for another 35 seconds. The advantage is OG aren't looking to push.
They actually need more items up on Centaur. Centaur is falling a little bit behind in terms of farm.
They need to finish the BKB as well in no tail.
Yep. Pipe is going to be very important. Even with the mech, they got rolled in the fight with the Haunts plus the Fatal Bonds. So they still need to be able to kill the Warlock. Warlock is very high priority in the fight. Probably even higher than anyone else, I would say, if his rock's still up.
Well, that's why it's S4 initiating on him when OG was looking to take that tier 2 tower on top.
Yeah, he needs to die. He needs to get Laguna or Boated or Gusted. Just any one of those is fine. But you can't allow him to drop rock plus Fatal Bonds when Spectre can just clean up in the back line. Spectre just, you know, it was kind of a slow mid-game, so that's kind of favorable to Spectre, but it's kind of that point where, like, one bad fight and Spectre, it can just be out of control for the rest of the game with a Manta style.
The Nuts Rock is back off cooldown, so that will be available. And it's having the time of his life farming, but Draw Ranger maybe not. Fissure actually pushed him into the Sunstrike. So the Aegis Immortal is going to disappear.
Just one Nyx stun. That's all it took. Well, and then a plethora of other spells, but all they need to set it up.
But Anna back into the farm. It's like, okay, so Aegis Immortal will disappear.
They want to be able to push into this, but fighting uphill in the Spectre into the Shrine is really hard. Yeah. They have to be able to X people back and just constantly get picks with those, but with no Aegis anymore, Drow Ranger could just die at a drop of a feather. Drop of a hat? What's it saying? Drop of a hat. I was like, drop of a feather doesn't sound right. It could be really slow, but it...
Blown over like a feather? Is that what you're trying to go for?
Drop of a hat.
Drop of a hat.
Drop of a hat. I think that's the thing. It doesn't sound right, though.
Drop like a sack of potatoes.
That sounds like some EU thing.
It's
the EU equivalent.
I don't know if that's a European source.
Oh, stun out onto Ana, caught up by Ice Ice.
Tornado! It doesn't reach him.
Too farmed.
Anna's got so much movement speed to get away. And now he gets extra bottle charges with his regen rune, with the bounty rune.
Just a little bit of time wasted for Faceless, no big deal. Buying time for Spec to get big.
I'm assuming, too, he goes for the plus 40/4% Fiery Soul stack. Goodbye, S4. That's just 25, like, a talent. And this, and goodbye, Kunkka. He even got the Observer Ward and Sentry down, but it still didn't help him.
Good kills, good kills. Spectre getting the time that he needs. I actually think that Aegis kill was really important. They were looking to break high ground at that exact point in time. And when your Drow Ranger just dies like that, you're like, well, that's that. If that happens one more time, we lose everything. Everything.
Hannah's looking. I don't know if he knows he's being stalked by Ice, so we'll connect on the Sun. Sunstrike's coming in. It's still not enough damage to find the kill.
They need a max mana burn. So a couple more levels for that.
Yeah, but good luck, Ice. He can't find the space. At least the Radiant's been done with the Meta Star coming up. But even then, that's going to work against you. The Illusions are going to push out the lanes. They're not going to take the experience.
He might need a Midas, actually, on Ice. Because I think eventually you're going to want a Scepter. Mana Burn versus Lina with the Scepter, oh my god, that would be so annoying to deal with. And even though she's building into a battle build, she is still quite susceptible to just being mana burn down time after time. And the question of who is going to
hello. They saw the X mark. The Sunstrike's coming in and boom! Anna is down, but the ship returned. They try and control up Ice. So there's going to be some level of revenge. Another X marks the spot. This one's over on the Nyx Assassin, but he's pulled back quickly. The Familiars hot on the trail. They are going to get the stuns down, 1 and 2, and allow No-Tail to come in range, but another Fissure and the Spike Carapace making it difficult. And Ice just goes in. He blinks himself in to be part of the fight. There was no other support coming his way. And now no Nyx Assassin, and OG just want to push. Because you had an instant respawn on the Lina. But where are they going? They're going top lane. They're looking for Black. He's got a TP scroll available as well as Spectral Haunt. And there goes the TP. The Radiant scan up. They actually hit the mark as well. And a lot of time wasted here of OG.
They didn't even have Echo up. If they had Echo up for that fight, I think they could have reinitiated in. And they could have, like, as Nyx was getting X back and he popped his Carapace, they could have blinked in with the Echo and then follow with an Impale. That could have been really devastating for OG had Echo been up. But was not. Just a little bit of ways. Spectre, Manta coming on very, very soon. OG, they seem a little bit worried at this point. I think it's definitely warranted. Ana shows how easily he can die without the BKB. Spectre has not died in a very long time.
This is what Black does, right? Like, has a very, very hard early game and then just seems to vanish off the face of the map, appears every now and then for a team fight, but just walks out with a crap ton of money. And he has the second highest net worth on the field. Obviously, he's nowhere near the power of the Lina. Like, with Ags going into BKB for Ana, Ana's going to have a very fun time surviving in the fights. And if the Draw Ranger can stick up with her, there's a lot of money there too. Goodbye, Courier.
Notel already has BKB though, so he's actually he can do a lot of damage as long as he just doesn't get stunned first though. It could just take a rock for them to just lose the fight and him not be able to pop his BKB in time.
So I'm wondering if he goes for something like the Hurricane Pike, like if actually finishing it. Like actually no, he's already looking at it in the quick buy. Thinking anything which can give him that extra range. So even if he does get stunned, he has the potential to escape. He just doesn't have the sustain once he gets hit by Fatal Bonds with everybody together. Like that seems to be the bigger problem he has.
Yep, just has to BKB it.
Yep. So BKB, Hurricane Pike for reposition, and then
they need the Centaur Axe. That's the missing component for their lineup right now.
Yeah, that's another 3,000 gold away.
Yeah, they need a little bit more farm on him. He's...
Oh, hello. But it's an X mark. Like, even if ISIS initiates on this, it doesn't achieve anything.
Yeah, just pull him back, no problem.
They're waiting for Roshan. That's all they really need. And that BKB money from Ana is...
The Axe is making quite tanky, though.
Yeah.
So that's definitely one of the better reasons to buy Ags this game. But yeah, I mean, no pipe, no like magic resistance at all. So the pure versus the magic. You're seeing
Fly try and buy it. Like that's what's in his buy at the moment. At least the hood part of it. You are right. Without the resistance.
Yeah, it's unusual for sure.
Well, there's the BKB done. And soon it's going to be that time when OG want to force the issue. But they need to almost bait it out, right? Like you gotta get Echo Slam as well as Spectral Haunt Rock. Like they're the three major abilities that you're looking to have one or two of these on cooldown.
How do you bait it out without dying?
Good question. Very good question.
I don't know if it's bait if you just die.
X mark a target closer. It's like, do you want this? Do you want this? Just give us some slack and reel it in. Sunstrike, gonna hit the mark, and there's your X mark. Ice pulled back in. Torrent will hold him there, and there's the Nyx Assassin down. Rock will fall. They need the kills. Fatal Bonds does connect up quite nicely, but there's no real damage coming in. The Rock's already been dealt with, and now it's Ice being pulled back into Nuts being pulled back into the fight. He'll go down. Your Echo Slam will connect. The damage is high with the Fatal Bonds connecting them. It will do some work, but no tell. The BKB will protect him. Now Spectre up and towards the air. Ana on 60 HP will survive. Jabs wants him the Tornado. It will not be able to connect, however. So the Bloodstone regeneration is kicking in. Familiar's still being pesky on the back of XY. Won't allow him to blink away quickly. And that's why Notal is moving forward. And Ana comes back to the front lines too.
It's such a tough fight for Faceless. They're trying to bait out Ice, but it's... Where was the follow-up? They just let him die early on. The Rock came out a tiny bit late, but the Echo Slam is really what needs to come in for them. Or Haunt. Actually, Haunt wouldn't have really done anything there. They need the Fatal Bonds up before the Haunt. But OG are kind of just sticking up as a ball, which is really good versus Desolate, but really bad.
Lends the stun. Here comes the Sunstrike. Fatal Bonds. The Familiar's connected, and Ana's going to fall. Ice will lose his life, but it does stop the Roshan from happening quickly. But S4 gets a perfect Hoof Stomp. That's the bigger one. Catching out Jabs, ending his killing spree.
Oh, look who's back in 5 seconds.
It's Alina! And just BT'd onto the familiars. Goodbye, Roshan. She's still got 9 Bloodstone charges after all of this.
Pretty nice.
You're getting an armlet in for Kunkka. So Jirax is looking to amplify his damage and his sustain. No-Tail's going for the E-Blade.
Ooh, the E-Blade. That's not one we see often.
Because it normally works against what the Drow Ranger does, but statistics-wise, it's actually really good for the cost. I suppose it does buff up with both Visage as well as Lina. Maybe not with the Ags, but...
And Butterfly actually doesn't give you any HP, which you need for all this magic burst. So EB does give you perhaps that extra little bit of strength that you might need to survive.
Mm-hmm.
But now the siege begins. I wonder if we're actually going to start seeing Dragon Lances on Lina's so they can attack from outside the tower range.
It would make sense, but would you really want to get a Dragon Lance when Bloodstone's still your priority target?
Nah, you actually don't need it because it's
Echo Slam
talent.
up on top. Do they have enough damage? Drow Ranger, No-Tail BK beat up. He'll survive through this. That's the Echo Slam and the Spectral Horn out, and they did not find the kills.
They just have not been great at coordinating their ultimates. He was at 200 HP. That is like almost anything.
They messed up. I'm fairly certain No-Tail was expecting to be X marks back by Jirax. He'll have to walk it now.
Still provides precision aura.
Yeah.
Yes. Wow, I don't even know why I mentioned
Look at Hannah!
Yeah, they have the attack range talent on her.
He doesn't even care about our people. It's like, okay, yeah, well done, Nuts. You keep that down. You just do that. But Anna is a sniper. The familiars will get the vision up on the high ground, and Anna takes the tier 3 tower. Well worth the 100 gold you lost. Okay, you just threw away 200 gold.
504 move speed with 3 fiery soul stacks. That's very fast, and of course a ton of attack speed. How fast is she attacking? 0.3 seconds each attack.
This woman is a machine gun. Anna's looking for a little bit more as the melee Rax is already taken out. The familiars help do the work on that. They'll both clap down. This is the resummon of Fly too. He doesn't have a new set for another 2 minutes, so he really wants to try and save him. And with only the Fiery Spirits doing damage, it's easy enough.
Oh my goodness, Lina is ridiculous.
Ridiculous is the word. What are we looking to buy up? The courier is making a run, so who's got the most amount of money right now? There's 4k gold sitting on the Invoker.
Spectre's...
This is Lincoln's.
Does he need Lincoln's? I guess X ruins him. But generally you just get BKB.
Or is it just to try and avoid that burst damage as well from the Lina?
Potentially. But
then
normally...
she's got Yules.
Yeah, normally you wouldn't get caught by... You wouldn't get caught unless you get X, though. So, well, here they go. Smoke up. The Drow Ranger's not there, but they're actually showing the Drow Ranger alone. And OG, oh, Black. They know Black's coming. They scanned him out. Oh, my goodness. What a stun.
Oh,
wow.
And the familiar rocks. It's everything will hold him there. And there's no buyback.
What a play. Oh, my goodness.
73 seconds on the sideline. Black doesn't have anything. He picked up Blade Mail. He was hoping to actually kill OG, and now it's even the Earth Spirit who has to be force-staffed away to safety. It was XY's own force-staff, but Anna starts up again. Kill off the Forge Spirits, and then just pew 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 hee hee ho ho ha ha.
There's snipers, and then there's
there's
7.00 snipers.
It's like Lina, who always is involved in the early fights, because it doesn't matter if she dies, and then just becomes a powerhouse. They put the Observer Ward up on the hill, so there's no obstructed vision now. And with the Drow Ranger and the Lina together, the racks just disintegrate. Didn't realize I still had the Lina gold up. I'm like, wow, she's got a lot of net worth just sitting on a casual 6,000 gold for Lina. Do the split push, X marker back. I don't know if she really needs to buy a Blink Dagger at this point.
Probably not. Just 6,300 gold. Why waste it on a 2,200 gold item?
Yep.
What else would you get, though?
Bloodthorn.
Bloodthorn? Bloodthorn's pretty good.
So you trigger the Lincolns with the Eul Scepter and then instantly go into the Bloodthorn on the Invoker. I mean, he's got no answer to that.
I like the damage aspect from that.
Mm-hmm. Well, she puts... okay, that's what you're doing. A double damage rune bolted up. There goes the Aegis Immortal now.
Could always get Rapier.
Could get Rapier, but the risk just doesn't... it's not required. MKB, Daedalus, they'll be your other options.
I don't think you need MKB, and there's very little evasion, just the Radiance burn.
Yeah.
So that would definitely not be my choice.
The mischance that you get. And it's Bloodthorn. Ba-boom. Right the first time, man.
Yeah, Bloodthorn is the most... It's an expensive item that synergizes well with what she's trying to do. Daedalus wouldn't... I actually wouldn't have minded Daedalus at all. But I think Bloodthorn allows you to use your BKB a little bit less. Like if you're trying to go on the Nyx, you can just Bloodthorn instead of trying to pop your BKB to burst the Nyx down.
This one little Sada Banisher is trying to force Faceless out of their hiding positions. But OG are already coming down the mid lane. They're pushing with Familiars. They're going to force Faceless to reveal themselves just with a push in the lane.
And another smoke. Where are they going now? They know one more kill on Black is likely the game, but he is right next to his Ranger Axe and right next to 2 shrines.
If that can keep him alive. Deeper Observer Ward.
Black's right next to the shrine, though.
He doesn't see it. There's the jump forward. S4 just baiting at the Mana Style. Visual will be there as well. And the Echo Slam. All of that's on top of S4. And they still don't find the kill. They turn on the pipe. The Feather Bonds will connect up OG for now. And maybe with the upheaval, they're a little bit too slow to get away. But no, they are fast enough. The BKBs protected them. So many huge abilities triggered out by Faceless. So there's going to be nothing left in the tank. The Blade Mail on Spectre yules up into the air and then hit the ground, being completely unprotected. Fly will actually take the double kill. Jabs was also forced to buy back. Without that Invoker, without that control, they just can't do much more. You do have Spec with his own buyback, but OG lost nothing and everything from Faces as far as ultimates were expended.
They were scrambling to catch him out. The Invoker blinked into Ice Wall and then just died in like 5 right clicks. Maybe not 5 right clicks. Maybe like it seemed like 5 right clicks. It was so fast.
Yeah, with Alina, that's only like maybe 0.0001 of a second.
Wow. Yeah, Invoker, like now he's like, well, I have a Lincoln's, but it didn't do anything for me because I just got right clicked.
Mm-hmm. It's when you wonder if that BKB choice would have been a little bit better, but
it also doesn't do anything versus right clicks.
Yeah, there's so much physical damage just flying at him. Well, there's your buyback over on Black. The tier 3 town down low fortification also triggered off. And no ultimates coming up, but you can see what Ice is trying to do. He TPs into the shrine. He comes up from behind to get some level of vision, but they've got no way to initiate.
They have a gem on Centaur. They have the Ags. The Stampede's already cooled down. So how do you jump into that?
I don't know. Maybe that's one way to do it. Find Jirax out of position. Remember, he's got that armlet. He's got the toggle available. Lina slowed up a little bit, but with the BKB done, okay, you just instantly rip apart. You'll lose the Invoker in the mid. You'll lose the Nyx Assassin over on the side. Spy Carapace will allow him to survive just that little bit longer, but the Familiar Stun was already there. Nuts will give the extra heal, but he'll also give his life, and that's basically the game. GG is the call. It is OG who will remain undefeated in Group A as they take out Faceless 2-0 and claim the maximum points so far of the day.
OG are ahead of the curve though with the Visage constantly picked, bringing back Drow Ranger when no one's been touching her at all, and of course Lina, which has been quite the trend, and I foresee will be the hot hero of this patch. That was a terrible pun. I didn't mean to do that.
I liked it though. I
so
liked
hot.
it a lot.
She's really good though.
Oh
my
yeah.
Goodness.
No, if we actually want to look at it, so obviously Anna, it was almost too easy. That was only just above average Lina game for him. But we'll check how much damage he did. So he did 21,000 of the damage out from OG, the nearest being to him almost 11,000 from Fly. So really, the synergy which OG are getting out of their lineups, like it seems to be that really dangerous timing OG hit around the 15 to 20 minute mark. We saw it with the Bloodseeker in game 1. Even if the laning phase went horribly wrong, it just reminds me a lot of old school OG. Like, I almost want to say like the first Dota pit LAN when they rocked up, and they always just like had that perfect timing around 20-25 minutes. They'd always have the perfect items for the time. It feels very similar to that age of OG.
They're really good about combining their defensive strengths too. Like firstly, they've been given Centaur a couple times. I think that's a mistake. But aside from that, even aside from that, they have like the boat and the mech this game. I think was a pretty important choice from Fly this game because they're doing like if you look at the damage done, it looks like Raiden actually did more damage than Dire Side, but they're able to withstand it all. The Centaur ulti, the Kunkka ulti, they had a lot of like Urn coming out from Jerax too, so they could sustain the push. The Greaves, like they have just really good outlast. They were able to survive the Fatal Bonds and the Haunt combo because they stuck together and they built the right items. And I also think that the Faceless just were not that great at coordinating and playing around Ice. He was in really deep a lot of times, which is supposed to set up a lot of good Echo Slams, but they weren't able to combo at all.
Well, it doesn't work for Faceless, so they will take no points from this series. OG, as we said before, will take the maximum 3 points from the game and proceed through in the top of Group A for the moment. Of course, there's a lot more games coming up, so stay tuned on the stream. If you want the details for the games which are being played, you can actually see it directly below your Twitch stream if you're on the Twitch page. Casters are included in that list as well as the teams that will be playing, but this stream will be doing all of Group A, and if you go to PGL_Dota, that is the main stream, and that is doing all the games from Group B, aka the Group of Death. All right, so thanks for watching, everyone. We'll be back. I think Malini and I will be appearing once again today. We'll be going back to the other stream to do EG versus... Yeah, we have another game. EG versus IGV. EG versus IGV. That's what we're doing. That's our last game today. So, yeah, go watch us over there, but of course, stay here for the other boys.